I pull up to the club looking fresh always. Ladies tryna cop my style, no way. Gonna
Namaste, namaste, my baby. Buckle up, star seekers, as we navigate the ethereal, where the only thing creepier than a peeping Tom is the cosmic gaze that sees beyond the veil. Welcome to the Creepily Accurate Astrology Podcast. I am your host, Crystal, and as well as your guide. So let me guide you through the celestial mysteries that dance above us. In this podcast, we dive deep into the only thing, again, that's creepier than a peeping Tom, and that is the uncanny accuracy of the stars. So, I am here to unveil it. I'm here to show you how the planets conspire and the constellations whisper tales of your destiny. That's right, you have entered this podcast. You are here for a reason, and we are going to talk about how astrology is one of the most self-empowering tools. Booyah!
I got the bills. I got the
Namaste, namaste, my baby. It's either welcome or welcome back. And this is the series of the Sagittarius, the Secrets of the Zodiac's podcast. Yes, sir, yes, sir. And today we are embarking on the adventure into the expansive world of the Sagittarius. So join us as we explore the adventurous spirit and philosophical depths of this sign. And this is your host, Crystal, and you are tuned into the Creepily Accurate Astrology Podcast, and you are with friends. So let's get into it. And you're probably wondering, oh gosh, what are we going to discuss today? What are we going to talk about? So let me ease your curiosity. We are going to talk about Sagittarius characteristics. We will talk about the glyphs. And we will talk about the mythology. Sagittarius as a sun sign, a moon sign, the rising. And we'll talk about Sagittarius through the 12 houses. So let's start with a little background. So let's talk about an overview. So Sagittarius is the 9th sign of the zodiac, and it is a fire sign, and the modality is mutable. So fire is that inspiration, that strength, it is creativity, it is inspiration, it is fierce. And as we know, the fire is always burning and moving. So this can either wreak havoc or it can either add to your life. Meaning the same fire that can burn your house down can heat it up. So it depends on how you use this energy. Then you have the modality of mutable, which means adaptable. Sagittarius can adapt to situations. They are very mutable, like they can change their minds a lot, and sometimes can come off as unreliable, constantly moving and desires freedom and doesn't like to be held down for sure. So, the mythology and symbolism. So when I first started really digging into the different signs, the mythology of them, Sagittarius is the first one that I started with. And this is what really got me into understanding and wanting to learn the mythology, because I like this. This is the one I like. So it also is related to Chiron, although Chiron is like an asteroid in astrology. It's also included in the natal chart, but it's not Sagittarius. But it's real close to Sagittarius in the sky. So let's just talk about it. So Chiron he was a centaur and was known for his wisdom, his gentleness, and his healing abilities. He was a renowned teacher and a mentor to the Greek heroes, including Achilles, and it was another one that started with an A, Asclepius. So he's known as the wound healer. So he suffered from a wound that he couldn't heal, but he was able to heal other people. So when you look at Chiron in the chart, that's how you interpret Chiron in the chart. So despite his own pain, he was dedicated to healing others' wounds. So the story goes something like, his mother was being pursued by, I don't know which one of the gods, but was being pursued, and she was gunning him down, shooting him down. So he turned into a creature, like a horse, I believe, seahorse. That's what she was, and tricked her into having relations with him. And through them relations, a baby was created. And at the birth of the baby came out a centaur, different from the mother, different from the father. And neither one of them wanted anything to do with the baby, so they dropped him off somewhere in the wilds and never looked back. And then he was found by another one of these heroes or in mythology, and was raised like that. So he was kind of neglected. And centaurs was normally known for very aggressive, loud, troublesome, rowdy, and he was unlike any other one of them. So, boom, there they go. Now, the bow and the arrow, the symbolism of the zodiac, it is a representation and depicted as a centaur holding the bow and the arrow. And the imagery is associated with the centaur's ability to aim and shoot with precision. And it symbolizes the Sagittarian pursuit of higher knowledge, truth, and spiritual understanding, because that's what Sagittarius is all about. It's a quest for wisdom. It's never enough. Learn. I want to learn. Got to learn, need to learn. I'm a Sagittarius moon. So the archer, the aim, it reflects the Sagittarian's quest for truth, knowledge, and wisdom, right? So we get that. And Sagittarian individuals, they're often driven by that desire to explore and broaden their horizons. Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter, and Jupiter is the most expansive and optimistic planet. It is the planet of good luck and fortune. And wherever Jupiter is in your chart, that's where expansion takes place. So the connection emphasizes the sign's association with growth, abundance, and a positive outlook on life. It's also, Jupiter's influence also gives it a philosophical exploration. So the Jupiter influences on Sagittarius contributes to this sign's philosophical nature, encouraging a person to have like a broad mind and adventurous approach to life. So my friends, in summary, the glyph in mythology of Sagittarius, it captures the optimistic, the adventurous side of the Sagittarius. So the glyph, Sagittarius, mythology, all that goes together, kind of captures the whole higher learning and the constant need to move and the need for freedom with the bow and arrow. All right, so I want to talk about the decadence really quick. So if you've been following me, you probably already know what the decadence is. If not, then in astrology, each zodiac sign is divided into 3 decadents, representing specific segments within that sign. So each decadent is associated with a sub-influence that adds a variation to the characteristics of the main sign. So let me tell you the 3. The first decadent is from November 23rd to December the 2nd. So this means anybody that's a Sagittarius that was born between the 23rd and December the 2nd is ruled by the first decade, which is Jupiter. And this is the natural ruler of the Sagittarian. So the Jupiter influences is particularly strong in this decade. And individuals born in this period, they exhibit the expansive, optimistic, and adventurous qualities of Sagittarius to a pronounced degree. You got the adventurous spirit. So people in the first decade tend to be highly adventurous, seeking new experience and embracing challenges with enthusiasm. Then you got the philosophical thinkers, and there's a strong inclination towards philosophical thinking, and individuals may be drawn to exploring deep questions about life and existence. Then you got the second decans, and this is the 3rd of December through the 12th of December. And this decan is ruled by Mars. So you have the Sagittarian and with the Mars energy added. So they share rulership with the Sagittarius in this decan. And this infuses the energy with assertiveness and a more action-orientated approach. So this individual will be energetic and driven, and they often exhibit high levels of energy and a strong drive to achieve their goals. They may approach challenges with determination and initiative. Their adventurous pursuits are highly driven and is very adventurous. So the adventurous nature of Sagittarius combined with the dynamic qualities of Mars, this makes people in this decadent likely to pursue physical activities and take large risks. You got the last decade, and this is the 13th through the 21st. And this individual is ruled by the sun. So the 3rd decade, the sun shares rulership with Sagittarius, bringing an added emphasis of self-expression, vitality, and individuality. Charismatic and creative, this individual born in the period, they may display a natural charisma and creativity, excel in areas that allow for self-expression, such as art or public speaking. They are self-confident explorers. So the influence of the sun, it enhances their self-confidence. And it also makes individuals in this decade way more confident in exploring the external world and their own capabilities. So those, my friends, are the decadents. So we all know about the sun, the moon, and the rising. So first, let's talk about the characteristics of a Sagittarius. The characteristics of a Sagittarius would be a quest for freedom and expansion, intellectual explorations, embracing diversity, independence, optimistic, freedom of thought, risk-taking, and spontaneous. They like to expand horizons in relationships, continuous growth, and they teach and share knowledge. Impulsive, curiosity, a love for learning, dynamic, and I want to say, I think I said freedom, spiritual quest for sure. That's a big one. And open-mindedness. So the biggest ones is open-mindedness, I believe, in my opinion. Freedom and independence, teaching and sharing, and the spiritual quest. Okay. So now let's talk about the Sagittarius in you. So if you were born with a Sagittarius sun. This means you're a Sagittarius. Your birthday is somewhere between the 22nd and the 21st. And the sun sign is a fundamental aspect of the astrological chart, and this influences your core identity, your ego, your vitality. So here are some key characteristics of a sun Sagittarius. Again, optimistic and enthusiastic. They're known for boundless optimism and infectious enthusiasm. They approach life with a positive mindset, seeing possibilities even in challenging situations. Their thought process will probably more than likely always be positive. Adventurous spirit. They have a deep-seated desire for exploration, whether through travel or intellectual pursuits or trying something new. These people love to move around. They love for learning. Perpetual students with a love for learning. Very curious. Open-mindedness. Generally, they accept different cultures, beliefs, and ways of life and appreciate diversity and seek to understand various perspectives. Independent nature is crucial. Value freedom, and they resist constraints and enjoy the ability to explore diverse opportunities. Philosophical, they are philosophers and they ponder on life's deeper questions. Like, they often engage in discussions about morality, ethics, and the meaning of existence, demonstrating a love for intellectual explorations. Honesty and directness, that's another one. Straightforward and honest communications. Value transparency, and sometimes they can be perceived as blunt due to the direct approach. Restlessness, energetic, a need for constant motion. Generosity, optimism. Positive traits are optimism. They are often willing to share knowledge, resources, and time with others. Honor among thieves. No, I'm just kidding. Humor and wit. They have a good sense of humor and appreciate wit. And a lot of times they use humor as a way to navigate challenges and connect with others. And that is so true. And the risk-taking. They have a tendency to risk-take. Whether it's personal, professional, they involve an element of uncertainty when they embrace different opportunities. And they also explore spirituality in a quest for higher truths. And they may not adhere strictly to traditional beliefs, but they often seek a personal understanding of the spiritual dimension of life. That is the gospel. All right. So here we go, Sagittarius moon. I myself am a Sagittarius moon. So this means at the time of birth, my moon was placed in Sagittarius. And what this does is, and anybody else who's a Sagittarius moon, this influences the emotional nature, instinct, and responses. So here are some key characteristics. Emotional independence. So if you're Sagittarius moon, we value emotional independence. Prefer relationships that allow room for personal freedom and to explore, and feel stifled by too much emotional intensity or possessiveness. Also, a Sagittarius moon, a person with the optimistic emotional outlook, even in challenging situations, they will see the brighter side and maintain a positive attitude. They got a love for adventure, desire for new experience, drawn to relationships that offer excitement and spontaneous, and love to be spontaneous. Restlessness spirit. They may seek variety and change in emotional experience, avoiding situations that feel too stagnant or routine. Honest expression of feelings. These individuals, we are known for honesty in expressing emotions. Sometimes it may be challenging to hide feelings and appreciate openness and directness in communications. dun, 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 dun. Okay. Let's see. Also, let me think what else. Generosity, philosophical approach to emotions. So they contemplate the meaning of their feelings and seek to understand the broader context of emotional experience. Generosity and warmth. Sagittarius moon, they like to share their emotions openly and may extend emotional support to others. Relationships of Sagittarius moon seek mental stimulation and enjoy new ideas with a partner. They value companions who share intellectual curiosity, challenge with emotional depth. We can be very optimistic, Sagittarius moon, but sometimes it can be challenging to dig deep into an intense emotional experience. Sometimes preferring to keep things light, rather than navigating something that's real complex on the emotional level. Energetic and enthusiastic responses. So we are often accompanied by enthusiasm and energy, the response on the emotional level. Also, a Sagittarius moon may approach challenges with a spirited and positive demeanor. A quest for higher learning. If a Sagittarius moon may seek to understand the spiritual or philosophical dimension of emotional relationships and enjoys freedom and rejoice the reaction to freedom in the moment, and very much appreciate partners who allow emotional authenticity and spontaneous gestures and expressions. Last but not least, the rising. So before I start talking about the rising, just know that the characteristics of Sagittarius does not change. It just affects different parts of your life. Like the sun will be your ego, your identity, and your personality. The moon will be your emotions, and the rising will be the way you approach the world, the way others see you. So a rising, others see you as outgoing and friendly, adventurous appearance, open and honest expression, optimistic with a positive aura, casual and relaxed, got a love for travel, they see you have a philosophical and open-minded vibe, energetic and enthusiastic presence. Others see you as impulsive and spontaneous. You straightforward. That's how you approach communications. You come off very philosophical and an interest in higher learning and an independent stance. So you may project an independent and self-reliant image, valuing their freedom to explore life on their terms. So your rising is the sign that was rising above you at the time of birth. And that is how you usually approach the world. I believe in esoteric. It means that is the sign that is rising in you. That is who you are growing to be in esoteric. All right. So the last one would be Sagittarius on the cups of the 12th house. All right, guys. Now we are going to move to the last part of this Sagittarius series. And of course, this is Sagittarius through the 12 houses. And what do I mean by that? I mean, if you know anything about your natal chart, and if you don't, then I will let you know. So, your natal chart is a snapshot of the sky at the time you were born. And you have 9 planets, and they could have been anywhere on your birth chart, which influences a part of your life as well as the zodiac signs. So through the 12 houses, different parts of your life, there's a zodiac sign on each house, like the door, let's say a welcome mat. And depending on where Sagittarius was in your chart at your time of birth is where it'll affect your life. So where you have your Sagittarius energy. So let's start with the first. If you have Sagittarius on your first house cusp, that means that this is your rising sign. This is the sign that was rising above you at the time of birth. And individuals with Sagittarius in the first house kind of went back to when I was explaining your rising, the characteristic of Sagittarius was your rising sign. But however, it may project an optimistic, adventurous, and open-minded image. They may approach life with enthusiasm, embodying the Sagittarian qualities that we talked about earlier in their personal life and their first impressions. All right. Let's talk about Sagittarius in the second house. So the second house is your house of the finances, resources. And if you got Sagittarius on that cusp, then it suggests that individuals value freedom and expansion in financial matters. You may find fulfillment through ventures that align with your philosophical or educational pursuits. If you got Sagittarius in the third house cusp, this is the house of communication, short trips, learning, and siblings, and short travels, short trips. And communications and learning. So in the realm of communications and learning, Sagittarius influences a love for exploration and broad-minded approach. And individuals may excel in fields that involve traveling, writing, or teaching. And they may have an open, optimistic relationship with siblings. All right. Sagittarius in the fourth house cusp. I don't know what I just said. On the fourth house, this is the roots, home, family. And Sagittarius on the fourth house cusp, this can mean the home and family may be influenced by a desire for explorations and expansions. You might have a sense of adventure within the family, and the home environment may reflect a love for diverse cultures, or perhaps maybe philosophical discussions. Somebody passed me the grape Poupon, something like that. Fifth house is the house of self-expression, the house of children, creativity, romances, and love affairs. So in the matters of creativity and romance, Sagittarius brings playful, adventurous spirit. And people with Sagittarius in the fifth house may seek romantic partners who share their love to explore and intellectual pursuits. Sixth house is the house of work and health. And they may indicate a desire for meaningful work. And this could align with personal values. Health routines may involve activities related to exploring and outdoor pursuits. Seventh is the relationships. So this is the seventh house cusp. Partnerships, relationships, commitment. So there may be a quest for shared adventures and intellectual stimulations. Individuals here may be attracted to partners who embody the Sagittarian qualities of openness and exploration. Eighth house is transformation and intimacy. And Sagittarius influences the house of transformation and shared resources on the eighth house cusp. So there may be a philosophical approach to matters of intimacy and desire for personal growth through transformative experience. You got the ninth house, which is higher education, travel, publications. Some say father. Some say the 10th house is father. Sagittarius is naturally at a home in the ninth house. Bet you didn't know that. No, Sagittarius was the ninth house. And there's a strong emphasis on higher education, travel, and lifelong pursuits or knowledge and wisdom. 10th house is career and how the public perceives you, receives you, achieves you. No, how the public sees you, though. So it may have an influence for or a desire for a career that aligns with personal values and a career that allows growth and explorations. In the public image, it could reflect qualities of openness and a person who is very enthusiastic. Friends and aspiration will be the 11th house. So here I say Sagittarius probably brings love for diverse connections and a desire to explore, share goals and aspirations with like-minded individuals. Sagittarius on the 12th house cusp. This will suggest a spiritual and philosophical orientation in dealing with the subconscious mind. It might be a quest for inner explorations and a connection to higher truth. And that will sum up the 12 houses. And that will also conclude the Sagittarius series. So, my friends, I want to thank you for tuning in. And quick summary of the series. We talked about the myths, the glyphs, the characteristics, the decans, the sun, moon, and rising differences in Sagittarius. And we also talked about Sagittarius through the 12 houses. And my hope is that you learned something different about the Sagittarius. And my hope is that you will tune in again for the next series, which will be Capricorn. But I must say, this has been a great year, and I am concluding the Zodiac series for this year, ending it with the Sagittarius. But it ain't over. You can catch me next year with the Capricorn. Until then, my friends, for this series, I will see you again. And remember, protect your energy like the Secret Service protects the president, but not John F. K. Also, check out Creations by Us at inspirevibrations.com, www.inspirevibrations.com. One-stop spiritual shop. Beautiful handmade jewelry by yours truly. Sage, cleanse your house, candles, crystals. Just go check it out. You'll see for yourself. There's always something going on over there. In the meantime, guys, namaste, my baby. And keep it cute. Peace.